Good morning and welcome to Interface. You're on NBC 107.5 and 90.7 FM. Earlier, we had an opportunity to speak with Peter Davies. He is the Global Ambassador for Get Safe Online, and he also represents Get Safe Online outside the United Kingdom, working to identify the potential for partnerships which enable people in other countries to access their services. And today, Peter will share with us a little bit more about Get Safe Online, what are the risks and how to handle them, and where to go for help and advice as we focus on his campaign for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, thank you very much for asking. My name's Peter Davies. I have a previous career as a police officer in the United Kingdom, and that was in the course of those 30 plus years, I came across a lot of different issues, and I ended up dealing with a lot of problems with children getting into trouble online, children being harmed online. That's a massive concern for me, even now I've left the police. And I still like to do things that can help promote not just children's safety online, though that's always very close to my heart, but actually people's safety online in general, because I'm in my 50s. I'm what you call not a digital native. And so I've learnt to adapt to some extent to having an online life. Not anything like as much as my two kids, I can assure you. But what I know is that a lot of people don't necessarily protect themselves when they get on the internet in the same way as they do in their daily life. And I know, unfortunately, from close to hand, the kind of harm that can do, and the same motivation that kept me going as a police officer for 31 years keeps me going now about trying to help people stay safe and protect themselves and their families and their businesses. So more recently, I became the Global Ambassador for Get Safe Online, and we received funding to deliver our services, which I'm dead keen to talk about, to 12 countries in the Caribbean that are the members of the Commonwealth of Nations. So that's kind of what brings me to your doorstep. And what we're really keen to do in the time we have available is give people the best information on what the risks are, how to protect themselves, but make people confident and embrace the opportunities that the internet gives. We don't want to frighten people off. We just want people to be aware of the risks and manage them accordingly.
Could you just give us a little bit more information about Get Safe Online? You mentioned about the risks and how to handle them and so on.
Well, Get Safe Online started in the United Kingdom over 10 years ago. It's a not-for-profit organisation, and what it's been doing in the United Kingdom for 10 years is keeping people informed about the risks of being online and what to do about them. And of course, as you can imagine, in the space of 10 years, the risks change form dramatically, and people have to be constantly updated about how to manage these new risks or these risks appearing in a new form. And the two main things that Get Safe Online does is we run a website, and I've got to mention our St. Vincent website, which is getsafeonline.vc, which is your version of our website. And because the fact is that a lot of people, sometimes the most vulnerable people, aren't actually aware of the risks at all. We also do efforts through the media, through the radio, television, however we can reach people to raise awareness generally about the fact that there are some risks and where to find some good quality information. So the service we're providing to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and we are just delighted to do that, is we have the St. Vincent and the Grenadines version of our website. I'll mention it again, getsafeonline.vc. And we are also going to do some media and campaign work to raise awareness among all the citizens of St. Vincent and the Grenadines about how to stay safe online and enjoy a digital life, because I think whatever age you are, whatever your attitude to it, you have to accept that you probably have a digital life now, and it's only going to get more important and bigger in the future. So we want people to be ready for that, embrace it, and manage it well to get the benefits.
Who is your target audience for Get Safe Online?
Thank you. Our target audience is really everybody. because I don't think there are many people who don't have an online life. There will be a few. But actually, they may be missing out on some opportunities for betterment or financial security as a result of that. And even if a few people don't have an online life, they will have loved ones who do. And so this is something that affects everybody. So in a sense, our target audience is everybody. But actually, that's a bit large as a target audience. And so we have to try and break it down. And if I had to pick out two groups of people that we most want to reach out to, they would be children and young people, probably between the ages of 13 and 21 or something like that, but there are always variations. And also the older generation, 50, 55 plus. That's my generation, incidentally. And the issues are slightly different there, but those are our target audiences. Those are the people we most want to reach, because what we've been told is that they are the groups of people who are most likely to be vulnerable in different ways. I think children and young people are more likely to have an active and lively digital life at the moment. That's certainly the impression I get. The issue there is that they may be a little naive, a little unaware of the risks they're taking, possibly unaware of the law relating to what they're doing, and the fact they may be getting close to some criminal behavior occasionally without even realizing it. And they're still growing up and taking risks. And trust me, taking risks online can prove to have very harmful effects. For the older generation, our sense is that the people we're trying to reach are the people who may not be so aware, may not have a lot of confidence about online activity. And we want them to be confident, but also understand the kind of traps they can fall into. They're far more likely to be fooled by people very easily, but sad fact is that across the Caribbean and much of the rest of the world, there are things such as lottery scams going on which do deprive older people of their money. So if I have to pick out two target audiences, that's them. But frankly, we want to reach everybody. Everybody can benefit from knowing more about the online risks and protecting themselves. And that's why with our website in particular, we're not focusing on one group. We want to make a resource available to everybody, easy to access, easy to read and understand, so that they can start thinking about the issues and take good care of themselves and their loved ones and their businesses.
Awesome. Besides St. Vincent and the Grenadines, what are some of the other Caribbean islands Get Safe Online will be launched?
Well, that's an excellent question. And the last time somebody asked me that, I missed a couple. So I'm well prepared for that. The 12 countries, it's an age thing. I can't escape it. The 12 countries, there are 10 islands. And 2 non-islands. So we're covering Antigua and Barbuda, the Bahamas, Barbados, Belize, Dominica, Grenada, Guyana, Jamaica, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, your good selves in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Trinidad and Tobago. So that's the alphabetical list of all the countries we're covering. And it's been, can I just say from my point of view, I haven't been familiar with the Caribbean before we started this project. It's been a fantastic experience in every single way to visit, to meet people, to understand the issues, to understand the differences between these countries and between any of them and what I'm more familiar with in the UK and elsewhere. And it's every time I rattle off that list of countries, I feel a little bit humble and a little bit proud to be working to do something to help people there.
Wonderful. How is the Get Safe online campaign funded?
Our funding comes entirely from a UK government fund operated by the UK Foreign and Commonwealth Office. And the fund is called the UK Commonwealth Cyber Security Programme. We're one of the projects within the programme. It's completely funded. So one of the reasons why I've been allowed into these countries is that we're not asking for any money in return. We turn up with something that is a free service that we know will be a benefit to people. So it's fully funded by the UK government because what they recognise is that there's a constant need to upgrade cybersecurity across the Commonwealth of Nations, and they're prepared to put some money behind it because at the present time, Get Safe Online is a good example of some of the expertise that resides in the UK around cybersecurity. And trust me, we've built up our expertise the hard way over many, many years. I think it's a good thing to want to share that across the Commonwealth of Nations. So that's where our money comes from. And we're funded to provide all our services for this financial year. So that's up to the end of March 2020. After that, that's a separate conversation. But right now, we're glad to have set ourselves up, and we're keen to see the impact we can have and the reception we get. And if people want us to carry on, we shall find a way to carry on, I'm sure of that.
All right. Well, as your campaign continues until March 2020, are there any intentions to host events, conferences regarding Get Safe Online?
We have to watch our money carefully. We have enough money to do what we're doing, but from now on, our money is being spent on maintaining, running and updating the websites, which are free to anybody to access. I'm going to mention it again, getsafeonline.vc. It's a fantastic resource, and I encourage you, Javelle, and anybody listening to take a look at it. So that's where our money's going, and we're also doing some general PR and campaign work. You will appreciate that, trying to spread our efforts across 12 different countries that are a long way away from each other and very diverse means we have to, we're not able to do everything we would like. So we're not planning to hold a conference, though, for example, the Commonwealth Telecommunications Union held a conference very recently, and I was very pleased to speak at that. Our money is going to reaching the people who need and want to be reached among the public and the business community, giving them free services. So we won't be having a conference, but you will be seeing our advertisements, hearing our advertisements, and I would hope everybody will be noticing the Get Safe Online message in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and of course those 11 other countries between now and the end of March.
Wonderful. Where do you see Get Safe Online, let's say in the next 5 to 10 years?
Well, that's a fantastic question, and I'm not the chief executive of Get Safe Online, so my job is reaching outside of the United Kingdom. The world's a big place. And there are a lot of other countries where we would like to provide our service, and we would clearly like to carry on doing what we're doing in the countries where we've set up business this year. The fact is that because the internet is a truly international entity, the harm that can be done in one country is not unlike the harm that can be done in another, and there are a whole host of offences taking place across and between countries. The good news about that is if you have expertise about cybersecurity in one country and you have the humility to accept the different context, what you know already about cybersecurity is 90 to 95% of what you will need to know in any country to make our services work. And of course, scale is good. And if, or rather when, we are successful in the Caribbean, what I would like to see is to extend our family of countries that we serve to the other countries in the Caribbean and to the other countries in the Commonwealth of Nations. That seems like a logical next step to me. And if I was to aim for anything less than that, I wouldn't be doing my job. What we're keen to do first, though, is get it right in our 12 Caribbean countries. Get it right in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, make sure the website works, make sure people go to it and look at it and consult it, and make sure people make themselves safer as a result. So in the long term, more of the Caribbean, more of the Commonwealth, please. In the short term, we just want to get it right for St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the other countries we're serving at the moment.
Wonderful. Well, for the benefit of our listeners, if you are now joining us, we're having a chat with Peter Davies, who is the Global Ambassador for Get Safe Online. Before we go, Peter, any final comments you wish to share with us?
I would say, well, I've got lots to say and I'm not very good at being brief. To anybody listening, even if you personally don't have a life online, somebody you know and love does. Be aware that with all the benefits of a life online comes some risks. And just as you wouldn't start crossing the road without learning how to do that, or you wouldn't start driving a car without taking some lessons and learning about the rules, just approach life on the internet the same way. And at the present time, For nothing, for free, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Please consult our website, which is getsafeonline.vc, and listen out. Please tell your friends, your loved ones, because we want people to be safe. We want you to be safe. And ultimately, we can provide a service, but you need to take care of yourselves just in the same way as you do in every other aspect of your life. And God bless you.
God bless you too. Thank you so much, Peter Davies. We are truly honored to speak with you today regarding Get Safe Online. We look forward to stay in touch with you to get some feedback as to how the campaign is going throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the rest of the region. All the best.
Thank you, and we'd be delighted to stay in touch, and I'll look forward to speaking to you again, Javelle. Thank you.
Thank you. All the best. Okay, bye-bye.